Anthony Budo, Journey Evolution, and in this video we are going to take a look at the quote, "Remember, confrontation is about reconciliation and awareness, not judgment or anger." So are you ready? Let's go. All right, my friends, let's get started. I want to know, are you afraid of confrontation? Do you adapt to others to avoid friction? Do you avoid difficult conversations because you fear people's reactions? Take some time to think about this one. How do you interact with people? And are you able to stand up for yourself? Or do you typically bite your tongue when you are unhappy because you don't want to cause any waves with the other person? And by doing that, how does it make you feel? This quote, it's a powerful one. It expresses the positive aspect of confrontation rather than the negative ones people tend to focus on. Yes, confrontation's hard. I can't ever recall a time when confronting someone felt warm and fuzzy. However, it can access doorways to communication that may have never been opened otherwise. And how often do we avoid confrontation, especially when it comes to a family member? We don't want to hurt their feelings, but by shying away from having those conversations, we hurt ourselves in the process. Think about it. Does that resonate with you? Confronting issues at hand are important for growth to occur, not only for each person, but for the relationship. But how often do we actually do that? As this quote mentions, the key ingredients when approaching a confrontational situation are awareness and the intent to reconcile. Storming into a conversation with anger and judgment is not going to resolve anything. But if you enter a conversation with that anger and judgment, it's going to end up looking like those cars at a demolition derby that are constantly smashing into each other. Nothing won't be resolved. You want to be able to express how you're feeling, as well as also see the situation from the other person's point of view. Remember, the defensive shields will most likely kick in immediately. Being able to listen to their perspective without judgment can help lower their guard. As I take the time to reflect back, I've had plenty of those instances where I either chose to avoid a conversation to prevent trauma or friction, or I approached others as if it was time to go to war. I was ready for battle. And in both of those scenarios, neither was productive. Nothing was resolved, and tensions typically rose. I still have a little trouble with that today, especially when it comes to family or someone really close to us, because we don't want to hurt them, but we don't want to sacrifice ourselves either. However, when we can approach confrontation with a different perspective, it will be easier to manage. Coming from a place of awareness, recognizing your own feelings, as well as acknowledging and understanding the feelings of the other person, you can work towards a resolution and growth, as opposed to constant crashing of opinions, crashing of ideas, which are only going to continue to fuel judgment and anger. Now, I just want to point out real quick that it can be difficult at times. I know that I still struggle with it today. But if you can have that awareness, be fully present when you approach that person, you can ease the pain and discomfort and come to a better resolution moving forward. So now it's your turn. Tell me about how you handle confrontation. Do you avoid it based on past incidents that maybe didn't really turn out that well? Ended up in that dysfunctional cycle of judgment and anger? Or are you still avoiding confrontation now, where maybe it actually needs to take place? And if so, what is one thing you can do to handle that difficult situation with curiosity as opposed to judgment? So remember, you are not alone on this journey. Together, we become stronger individuals. Educate, engage, evolve, and I will talk to you soon.